Okay, so here's the after. Um, as you can see, it's clean, no more stick. Still a little bit in here. I've probably been working on it close to an hour, the whole thing. This was the worst part. It came clean the least. Probably takes some more work. Just a disclaimer, you can see the buttons are clean. My lighting's poor, so I do need to go back and probably clean around some of these edges. But you can see the buttons are clean, and they're no longer sticky or as sticky. Like I said, you can see kind of I need to go back and do the edges. I have pretty poor lighting. Um, Disclaimer, it did wipe some of the buttons off. These up here seem to be a little bit more sensitive. I did get fairly aggressive on these and fairly aggressive on these. The key is to have a wet cloth. Let the cloth do the work. You don't want to get your finger dug into it. That's going to scrape the buttons off. Just really let the cloth do the work. So you're wiping with the cloth, rotating the cloth constantly. You don't want to, because you're basically removing the coating. That should be said too. You're no longer going to have the soft touch. It's going to be a pretty slick plastic piece now. I don't mind that. It's going to be easier to clean. But yeah, you just want to keep rotating the cloth. You pretty much have a wet cloth with your simple green. I did put a little bit of Goo Gone in mine just to see how it worked. It seemed to work okay. But yeah, you just really let the cloth do the work. You don't want to dig your finger into it. Then take your dry cloth and you're pretty much dry clothing it back off. As you can see, it pretty much you're just removing that coating that's on there. But like I said, that doesn't matter to me. I want to get rid of this nasty boogery stuff. Yeah, worked well for me. I'm happy. You know, I didn't have to pay anybody a couple $100 to do it. I think I can touch these spots up with some white paint, maybe some whiteout, or luckily I work at a paint store, so I can probably find something to make this work. But hope this video helps. You know, I still have a little bit to do. It was time consuming. Like I said, took me probably every bit of an hour and a half. This one's still a little wet. But yeah, took me about every bit of an hour and a half. I've been working on it. Like I said, the only disclaimer is be careful with these buttons. They seem a little more sensitive. I got pretty aggressive on these and didn't see much removed except for this little seat button. Did remove a little bit. I was wearing gloves. I'd probably recommend that. And like I said, this was the most difficult area. Don't oversaturate it. It will get back behind these buttons. I'll probably run a wet dry vac to maybe make sure I suck out the excess. You can kind of see a little bit of foaming and wetness in there, but the dry cloth really pretty much gets a lot of that. So, but thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps.